you know, there were suggestions that City could still dive in. Is it a huge psychological blow in the title race for Fergie in this one?
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, you get some players you don't. I think with the players what have been at Manchester United, Van Nistelrooy, you've got the keeper, what was Van der Sar, what was there. You know, there's a history of Dutch player, Stam as well.
So you think that's the main reason that he's gone for United over City?
I think he'd have asked them. I think he'd have had a chat with him, no problem at all. And he's made his mind at what he's got at United. It's nothing to Man City. You know, Man City have a fantastic squad. If they can bring a couple more in, I do think they need a bit of cover, like I said, in defence, but nothing. Listen, this is, you know, for what happened last season, how close it went. You know, this is what the Premiership's. This is what gets people excited. You know, United have raised the bar now by bringing such a quality player like that. Right, well, City know what they've got to do. And when they played in that Community Shield the other day, they're up for it. They raised the bar and they showed them what they're all about.
So Alex, of course, usually wants players under 28.
Here's a quick one for you. Let me just come in a minute. So would you have Rooney and Van Persie, or would you have Aguero and Tevez? Do you mind if I ask you the
Twitter
question?
@SportsTonightTV. Rooney. Well, look, they're four class acts, aren't they? I mean, if you
I'm glad we don't duck questions like that.
Do you like the way he did it then? He just moved it.
Just turned away from us. It's quite rude.
If you look at that deal, though, again, you're looking at the striking options City have, the striking options that United have now, and we're, I suppose, when we go to press conferences and everything else, we're interested in the battles at the top as well. The likes of Mancini, what he might say about Fergie, and you know, it's going to go on all season. Again, though, going back to the kind of psychology of it, he's chosen Manchester United. You know, suggestions. Yeah, of course, it's not dotted line yet, but it's all looking like that will happen. But suggestions that he wants to go there for the history, the tradition, and the fact that he obviously is confident they'll win trophies again.
Well, he was earning big money at Arsenal, especially by Arsenal standards. So Arsenal don't necessarily push the boat out, but he was earning 130. I believe City were prepared to offer 170, not the reported 220, 230 that was that we read about in the newspaper. But this idea that City dithered, it's not true. They registered their agent, their interest with the agent very early in the summer. They were going to push the boat out. They even offered, and I had this from inside the club, they were going to offer, if he was dead set on staying in London, living in London because he's bought a big house in Hertfordshire, they were prepared to helicopter him to training 3-4 times a week, which I actually think is quite a dangerous precedent. As it is, I just think City possibly need an extra striker or some creativity from somewhere, because for the money they spent last season, I think it was too close to call. If QPR had 11 men on the pitch, they could easily have lost that game on the last day.
All ifs and buts and all as well.
It's fine margins and all the rest.
There is, but for the same reason, City are thinking it's too close to call. United are obviously thinking, well, we only lost this on goal difference. Let's bring in someone who can maybe get us 25 extra goals, because they did look a bit stale in some games last year.
The only thing with it as well, you can look at it the other side, is the psychological thing there. At the end, Man City getting it. As at the time when it's turned a little bit.